Welcome back, everybody. Hasn't felt like it lately, but summer is right around the corner, which means lots of folks heading out on those long summer road trips. Hudson's Import Service is here to remind us the importance of vehicle maintenance this summer. Owner Cliff Hudson, welcome back to the show, sir. So what do we need to check before we take one of those great summer road trips?
Yeah, I was on the way here going, wow, are they ever going to turn off? I was hoping to get Tom so I could say, dude, what are you doing with our weather?
You can still talk to him after the broadcast if you want.
You know, this time of year, we offer, as a lot of people do, we offer free road trip inspections. And it's because, hey, thoughts turn to that summer road trip. I love that old Chevy Chase movie, Vacation.
Vacation,
you know?
yeah.
All the crazy things that can go wrong. So, what really do you check and what don't you check? Well, actually, your service professional should. If your car is being regularly serviced, you probably have nothing to check, except a few odd things like tire pressures. Is my spare okay? You know, most people don't realize that the car actually has, most cars have 5 tires, not 4.
Right.
There's one in the trunk that gets overlooked all the time. A lot of today's cars have run flat tires. You never have to look at them. You never have to check them. Well, you have to check the air pressures, but there's no spare, is what I'm saying. There's no spare in the trunk to check. So you know, you just check the air in the tires, and if it goes flat, you run on it flat.
Right.
Which is where the roadside service comes into play. A lot of people, I mean, can you imagine, would you actually try to change your own spare tire?
I have and would, but I found it to be very difficult.
Right. And a lot of people today won't, especially when you have to dress, you know, like a businessman does. You're not going to get out. Now, yeah, you're on vacation, obviously, but still, who wants to sit beside an interstate and try to change a tire?
Not me.
Roadside service cars, join if you travel a lot, join one of those roadside clubs. You're not going to mention any of them because we don't want to give anybody plugs,
Sure.
but you know what I'm talking about.
But always a great thing to have.
Exactly. You know, tire pressures, fluid levels, those are the kind of things you want to know are okay if you're going to get ready to take a trip. Of course, has it been serviced recently? But you know what we don't like to see?
What?
We don't like to see them serviced too recently. Now, here's what I mean by that. Don't rush your car into me the day before you're going to drive to Texas and have me do a bunch of repairs. Why? Well, because guess what? Parts have warranties because sometimes brand new parts can fail. Sometimes immediately after they're installed.
Sure.
And you don't want to have that happen halfway across the country where you have a repair facility who holds the warranty on the part is hours or hundreds of miles away.
So, Cliff, what's the ideal if you have a road trip, let's say 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out?
At least a couple of weeks. You got it. You nailed it exactly. At least 2 weeks. Get the car, drive it around, put some miles on it around town. Make sure that you're comfortable with the car. Make sure you're comfortable with the repair before you strike out on that long trip.
What about oil? You know, you can check your dipstick and check your oil pressure, but that's always one of them. You know, and then the radiator. That's always a big thing when you're driving long distances, right?
Again, most of your professionals should be doing this for you. You don't really want to get out unless you're very car smart. You don't want to get out and do this. You want to have your service professional take care of this for you. Now, we mentioned the roadside assistance. Here's something else too that we got to bring into the subject.
Sure.
People come in all the time and they have, and this might be you. You've got a 10-year-old car. It's got 150,000 miles on it, and they want a road trip inspection. Well, guess what we can guarantee?
What's that?
Just about nothing. Except that it looks okay today.
Right.
The best electrician on the planet cannot walk in your kitchen and tell you which light bulb is going to blow next.
Very true.
Nor can I tell you your fuel pump is going to die in a couple of days. Sometimes we have clues, sometimes we have indicators, sometimes we can see symptoms or hear symptoms or notice noises.
But it's not foolproof.
Or check it with a diagnostic scanner, but it's never foolproof. So, if it's a very old car, if you want that comfort level, rent one.
Rent one. Yeah, why not?
Maybe one trip you need a truck. Maybe one trip you need a station wagon. Maybe one trip you want a sports car. You can rent practically anything you want to rent.
Sounds good. Cliff Hudson, thank you so much for your time, service. We appreciate it.
Enjoyed it as always.
Will do. Will do. All right, thanks so much. We got much more after the break. Go check out Hudson's Import right there on Johnny Don's Board.